Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. That was a fantastic panel session speaking about digital payments transforming the way you pay. Great job, panel members. Moving ahead, we now have a corporate presentation which speaks about improving RPA process with complementary technologies. Here to present this particular session, I have Dr. Murphy, Director of APAC Solutions, Specialties Data Intelligence from Altair. Over to you, Dr. Murphy.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me, and thank you for the introduction. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my observations that I've seen in the industry with companies that are heavy users of RPA solutions, and we're seeing this more and more. And essentially what that is, the observation I've made and others who've made it, who perhaps you'd view as more independent, are that more and more users of RPA technologies are finding value from complementary technologies. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how we work with some of these solutions and some of these existing technologies and how we can really complement them so that you can get additional value from the software you've purchased, and also think about how you can expand the application and value to other areas of your business. And so specifically the complementary technologies that I'm talking about are in the areas of data extraction and preparation, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and visualization. And so the vision of my company really is to take the core principles of the technologies underlying these pieces of software and provide them to our customers. And so specifically our vision is to help customers drive decisions leveraging the convergence of three things: simulation of data and forces, high performance computing, and artificial intelligence. And we've been doing this for a long time. So my company has been around for about 30 years, and we are a global company in 86 different countries, or 25 different countries, and with 86 offices in those countries, with $470 million in revenue, with over 11,000 customers. And we really have a significant product offering. So we provide or have access to over 150 different pieces of software. Now, and we provide these software to a variety number of industry verticals: government, engineering, aerospace, education, material suppliers, technology. My specific area of focus is in financial services. So most of my work is supporting India and the remaining countries in the APAC region in auditing, credit risk, customer acquisition, and so on. And specifically, of the 180 so products that we provide access to, I really support 3 or 4 of them. The first is Altair Monarch, and this is going to be the subject of the majority of my presentation today. This is a self-service data preparation tool and really complements RPA technology well. And what this is particularly good at is extracting data from unusual data sources, as well as traditional data sources like databases and so on. And when I say unusual, I'm talking about PDF files, and we have a very unique technology that allows you to do this. So reports and PDFs, unstructured data. And so we can import this unusual data in a number of different languages: Chinese, Korean, English, etc., and then do data preparation on it, and then automate that whole process. And so I'll go over how we work with an existing RPA vendor and Monarch to fulfill the needs of our customer very soon. The other pieces of software that I'm not really going to talk about today is another one called Knowledge Studio. And this is a predictive analytics platform that allows non-technical users to perform sophisticated statistical tests and then deploy them very easily. And so this is well regarded for optimization, decision trees, credit scorecards, etc. And then the other key platform is Panopticon. This is a data processing and visualization platform that's really without peer in the niche space of real-time visualization. So if you want to explore your data in real time and combine it with historical data as well in a code and low code platform, this is really an exceptional tool. And then we have a brand new product that's just being released that combines all of these products together plus adds additional features. So again, we have the data preparation, which is Altair Monarch. So this is data preparation, collection, etc., and automation of data preparation, machine learning, which is Knowledge Studio, stream processing and visualization. This is the real-time analytics platform. And we've just released a brand new platform that's based in the browser. It's really for the enterprise. It's low code, data preparation, machine learning, and visualization all in one. Plus, it allows you to operationalize any statistical models and AI models with ML ops and so on. One of the distinguishing features of our platform and our offerings, and one reason why we do provide such complementary function to RPA solutions, is actually, it's a little bit more complicated than this, but if you're interested in any of these pieces of software, you can essentially get access to all of them for no additional charge. So if you buy one, you get all of them. It's a unique licensing model we have. Okay, so I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the data preparation or use case that we have where we use Monarch with an RPA solution. And this was involving a bank in the United States accessing the core banking system, Pfizer Nautilus. And again, so this is, it involved Monarch. Monarch begins as a desktop application in which you import data, and I'll show it very quickly. You import data from a number of different sources. Can be PDF reports or text files or Excel files or databases. Once you've imported them, you can join data sets, do point and click data preparation and transformation, and then automate that whole thing in a server component that we also include. So one of the key technologies behind Monarch is the ability to extract data from semi-structured reports like financial reports or core banking systems or invoices and so on. And one of the reasons why that it's so well regarded is that most RPA vendors included, most other commercial vendors and open source vendors that have the ability to extract information from these types of data sources rely on one of the four techniques you see: key value pairs, XY coordinates, machine learning, and this text conversion to XML. In essence, what that means, all of these features have drawbacks, and those drawbacks relate to processing time or specificity in the extraction of data. And so in the value, in the area of XY coordinate, you have to specifically specify exactly where on the PDF to extract data from. And so the consequence of using these approaches, these have value in specific use cases. But one recurring problem is that they're not robust if the report changes a little bit, or it can be very, very time consuming to extract that data. So Monarch relies on a technique called line pattern trapping, where you use a series of, it can be very specific or general, what we call traps, or similar to regular expressions, to identify the line of interest, and then it goes through and specifies what data to extract. And so the consequence of this is you end up with a very efficient and robust system to extract data from things like core banking systems or invoices or other reports. So it's very efficient. You can extract hundreds of thousands of records in a few minutes as opposed to a few hours using the other techniques, and it's very robust. The other distinguishing features is that non-technical users can extract that information from PDFs. And so this is the solution that we found, that we worked with an RPA vendor in the United States to service. So essentially, the customer was using a core banking system, Pfizer Nautilus, and the users were extracting reports from that core banking system. And they essentially, the users needed to take that core banking information along with other data and reports for them to fulfill their work. They initially wanted to try to automate this whole process, data extraction in an automated way, using their RPA bots and RPA system. The vendor actually had a PDF and text extraction engine, but it had some of the drawbacks I mentioned previously. It wasn't robust and it was very slow. And it was very complicated. The back office didn't have the bandwidth to be able to do this. And the expense was also a problem as well. And so they used the Monarch system in combination with the RPA vendor to get additional value, this complementary technology. And so they had their RPA system access Pfizer Nautilus and transfer those reports to Monarch. Monarch then extracted the data from the reports. This is its key strength, cleaned and prepared the data, and then transferred it back to the bot, which went then on to go ahead and complete its solutions of report generation and data analysis and so on. I'll quickly just show you Monarch to give you a sense of what I mean by data preparation and data extraction from a PDF. So this is a typical PDF that gets imported. We've got repeating information. For example, we've got name and the person's name here, and then it repeats and it's got the address and birth date, etc. So we can take that file, and this is Monarch, by the way. So one of its distinguishing features is be able to connect to a number of different data sources, over 100 in this case. But we can take that PDF file and simply drop it onto the canvas. And now what's happening here is the program is accessing like the metadata behind the PDF and importing it into the actual software. And then you can go through and identify the patterns associated with this PDF. You can do it manually, or in this case, I'll just do it automatically. And automatically, the system goes through the whole PDF and structures the data, as you can see down here. So we have this person's name, we have their employee number over here, and this is the pattern it's detected. So it's essentially said, look for the person's name, look for this value, and then get the corresponding information. So it uses these taglines, name and employee number, etc., to identify the necessary information that you want to extract from that PDF. That's what I was talking about. It's got the line trapping method. And then when you're in here, you're able to go through and do point and click transformation. So for example, maybe you want to make this lowercase. Maybe you want to go ahead and you want to split this name into various components. You want to put this into first name, perhaps, and last name. And everything you do is audited here. So you can go ahead and see exactly what you've done. You can undo it, you can change it, you can redo it, you can delete it. And there's over 180 different these point and click transformations. You can build custom code, you can do joins, aggregations, etc. And once you've built that whole workflow, you can then automate it using this Monarch server. And so this Monarch server is the thing that would complete that integration with an RPA vendor. And it would hand that off to the RPA vendor. So I'll just quickly show you one in the final moments of the talk. So we can open up what we call this process. And in this case, we're doing a data preparation. And all we have to do here is upload that file that I just created in Monarch, indicate the data sources that it's reading from, and then these subsequent nodes would then go ahead and integrate it with the RPA vendor to complete a process like you see here.
Good question. Good question.
So Dr. Murphy, I'm afraid we have completed that time. I just request you to quickly summarize the presentation.
No, that's it. So I think I finished. Yeah.
Oh, great, great. That was a wonderful presentation, I should say, indeed. Well, great knowledge shared out there. And definitely, given the presentation that we had, I'd love to have once again Altair featured in our upcoming editions as well. Thank you so much for the presentation and take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you.